I don't know how great of an idea this is, but I'm going to check the comment section in the the Phish.net message boards, because I haven't been on there in years in that space forum, but I came across all these clips of these segments that I was involved in over the years, scattered at my old job about Phish, if and when they came up on the air. Just a minute long, something like that. There were maybe 5 of them. Like the whole video I compiled came out to like 8 minutes or something.
This was just brought to my attention back in the sports bit.
Okay.
If you can maybe just turn down the music a little bit, because you got to be able to hear this. Mike Gundy,
Oklahoma State. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yes, of that ilk, or that fame, I should say.
That's the fame.
He was doing his weekly conference call with the media.
Okay.
And I guess somebody hacked into it somehow.
Okay.
So here, turn the music off completely. But there's 2 things going on here. It's what he says and the name he uses to be introduced. Listen.
The next question is from Trey Anastasio, Stillwater Tribune.
Hey, Mike, good morning to you, man. Morning.
So
what did he say his name was?
Here.
The next question is from Trey Anastasio.
Do you know who Trey Anastasio is? He happens to be the lead singer and guitarist of this band. My favorite band.
Is that right?
Yes.
The mission's clear.
It wasn't him, was it?
No. The lead singer of Phish just called into Mike Gundy's press conference. Is that weird?
Yeah, that is really weird.
It was just fun stuff. It's one of those things where if you look at a message board as a grocery store of available topics, and your drinks, your ice cream, your produce, your this, your that, this kind of thing, hey, Phish got mentioned here, it would pop up. It's not out of bounds. So, but these people don't know who I am, who Tom Wassell, the radio host, was. I don't even know if they're linking the poster in this forum, like my Phish account, to the person they're hearing. Maybe that some probably are, some aren't giving it that much thought. Either way, it's fine. But Phish fans can be, at the same time, some of the most generous sort of subcultures that we have or have had in this country for the last 35 years, but can also be vicious. With the band, but with each other, certainly, in precisely the same way you would expect to find on Twitter or YouTube comments or wherever. But the persnickety-ness.
I love our fans. I mean, they can be a little persnickety, they're a little judgmental in a good way.
It's a whole range of things. Good and bad, but I just have this feeling like I'm going to see hostility, to the extent I see any reaction at all. So let's take a look. You got to log in. All right. Why is this font all screwed up? That's all right. Doesn't matter. Community forum. Is Phish bored? See, you can tell with these titles, immediate reactions. Thread ideas you've had, but didn't make the cut. I see some of these names I actually recognize. T.L. Cooper. Fall 2076 rumors. The return of Black Eyed Katie. Oh, that's the instrumental version of Moment Dance. Yeah. Best Lizard. See some. But I mean, you're probably going to get into arguments in there, but all right. Let's see. Why the crap live Phish artwork? We don't get any examples of it there. Okay. Well, maybe people already kind of know. R.I.P. General, whatever. Appreciation, Savannah. Our poster artists selected. Oh, we're talking about the posters a lot. Quitting Phish if no Black Eyed Kid. Best bouncing. Oh, here we go. Why do people blow lines? Spofford. John Prine. Best album. Night fucking. So profanity's allowed here. That's good, I guess. Rip Sam Neill. There's no Phish show tonight. God Street Wine. I remember them. Why a 35-minute tweezer? Let's see what that says. I thought after all these years in 3.0 trays, ADD was the reason that no jams. Why did they walk one out last night? I'm not saying I don't love it, just wondering why. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's 5 comments. Let's try to guess some of them. Sports radio sucks. Why is this posted on here? I just wasted 8 minutes of my life or 5 minutes of my life. This guy doesn't know anything about Phish. This is so stupid. Why do people do that? Like some hand wavy. Let's be a big boy. Let's fucking check it out. Let's see. Sports radio eats nut sack. There may be exceptions, but that's my opening take. Thanks, dude. You fucking again. Look. So my post here, it gets 1 like. This idiot gets 3. How? Why? Or not how, but 3 people. Oh yeah, that's the one. I'm right with. I stand with this guy. God Almighty! I always post this around the time Phish plays Fenway. If you don't know these guys' shtick, they would interview drunk Sox fans. I actually think it's kind of funny. Okay, I think I know what that is. Good spirited. The morning show on EEI is a great show, probably because it's not entirely sports. Okay, so now we're talking Phish at Fenway. Is not a thing that happens in Atlanta. One of those subtle things. Okay, whatever. Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and 5 plus my post. Sports radio eats nutsack. What I'm getting at here is not. It's not about me. It's not even about Phish or sports radio. It's this auto template reaction that I guess you could say triggers, or first, let's say the shutting off of the brain to the extent one even has or still claims agency over it. To trigger and then deploy this reaction that they have ready to go whenever this thing pops up. To tell you the truth, a lot of people are that way with Phish. I'm not talking about fans. I'm talking about people who don't like them, but are kind of, they're not neutral, or it's not even that they don't care. It's that when Phish is brought up, the first thing they're going to say is something like, "Oh, great, here we go, 20-minute jams," or "Let's smoke a bunch of weed." Like the most unoriginal, just horseshit that's not funny, and that they've probably said 100 times before. And the reason why I say 100 and not like 8 is because if you say something like that, you obviously know enough to know that is it's a cliche, but it's not really a cliche that surrounds the band. It's a cliche that surrounds the dumbass criticism of the band. I won't say that that's its own self-contained subculture. It could come from anywhere, including within the Phish community for some reason. There's this magnet that has the Phish logo on it. And when it's thrown over the fence into this area that does have people who are aware enough of, I guess, music or the band to know that they exist and what sorts of markers have been attached to them or affixed to them, right or wrong. It's like you throw that thing and they're like, "Oh, Phish, oh, weed, hippies." Okay, so there's that. But same thing with like sports radio. For some reason, I don't know why. Look, I worked in sports radio for 15 years. I haven't watched a sporting event in 5. Okay, I haven't since at least 2021. So do I call myself a sports fan today? No, but it's obviously occupied it's part of my life's work. All right. So it does mean something to me, but given that I'm going to guess, just knowing this community, because I've been a Phish fan for 30 years myself, although I haven't come, again, the last 5, I've kind of gotten away from it a little, but I love them. Okay. They're great, just wonderful band. I can say pretty confidently that 85 to 90%, at least of the men in this thing, are sports fans. Okay, so which mean now that doesn't mean they all listen to sports. It doesn't mean they all listen to sports talk radio, but many of them do. Many of them do, and are all too happy to tell you how much they hate it, which is a weird thing because think about it. Phish, I mean the shows anyway. You go however many times a year you go, a handful of times. I mean, if you're hardcore, maybe you go the whole tour or something. But they only play so many shows in a year. So say you have 20 during the summer, maybe 10 in the fall, 30, a couple of New Year's, 35. Okay, if there's 40 total shows and you see 10 and you're over the age of 30, that's a lot. From 2015 to 22, I'd see anywhere from 3 to 7 a year, maybe something like that. Okay, but that was a big thing for me.
Forms change so fast, time is moving past. Memory is smoke, I'm gonna get wider when I die. Forms change so fast, time is moving past. Memory is smoke, I'm gonna get wider when I die. Wider when I die.
Be a weird thing if I were doing something like that and then turning around and saying, oh, this sucks. But with sports talk radio, it's not seasonal, right? It's not like a one-off sort of day trip or road trip. It's for the people who actually listen to it, then it's usually not just a once in a while thing. It's a regular thing. Whether you're listening every day, all day for 3 hours to a station or a show, 3 hours for a show, but you could listen to more than one show. Who knows? Maybe you're at work. That's just part of the fabric of what you do there. Maybe it's, oh yeah, I haven't listened to those guys in a while. But it's still regular. It's recurring. You're coming back to it. Nobody who doesn't listen to it talks about it. That's really not how people operate. Even on YouTube, with a subject you might be interested in, but you're generally critical of, right? If there's a certain topic, you're critical of war or whatever's going on somewhere. Okay, obviously you don't like war. If you could wave a magic wand, you would want it to go away, but you become known or associated with this thing and you're talking about it constantly. Okay, that's fine. But you wouldn't, unless you were like, you wanted to be a media critic or something, or sports or critic of something, just repeating into the ether, this sucks. There's nothing that's earned in there. You're just shitting on something. I don't quite understand that. And by the way, like sports talk radio, it's a perfectly valid sub medium within a medium, radio, podcasting, spoken word, right? But it automatically all sucks because you heard somebody say that once, or you heard something you didn't like once on the air about your team or something else. Oh, and these guys suck. And by the way, thanks for the clever biting language here that you eats nutsack. What are we in, like junior high in 1993? You think that you have the higher creative or aesthetic ground here? I'm above this thing, but because I say it eats nutsack, man. Like who do you think you're impressing when you behave that way? Do you understand that the only people who are going to be impressed are people who are even less original than you? It's like Costanza says, "For I am Costanza, Lord of the Idiots."
For I am Costanza, Lord of the Idiots.
You're proud of that, Army? Because anybody with a brain knows you're a fucking jerk-off. So get the hell away from the discussion table.
Well, there it is.